This Wesker build absolutely dominates in DBD, and you just have to see why. I actually run the Leather Gloves add-on and Iridescent Ouroboros Vial. I run these add-ons basically to kick things off with a bang, right? Survivors start infected. It forces them to hunt for sprays instead of rushing gens. And they're exposed for 30 seconds at max infection, making early downs pretty much a breeze, right? So first of all, let's go through my 4 perks. I want to start with Hex Plaything. It keeps survivors oblivious after their first hook, and then they have to waste time finding and cleansing totems if they really want to get rid of that perk. And then I have Dead Man Switch. Dead Man Switch blocks gens for 50 seconds when survivors bail off of them. This slows progress, and it tightens up my map control. That way I can choose to pressure the gens within a certain portion of the map, the tighter 3-gen clusters that I really want to keep for later on in the game should I need to. And then we have Mindbreaker. Mindbreaker blinds and exhausts survivors on gens. This shuts down their aura reading and their sprint perks like Sprint Burst or Dead Hard or even Lithe, so they can't just immediately bail off a gen and then Sprint Burst away. And that really is what I'm combating here with Mindbreaker. Then last and not least, for the clutch end game, I'm using Blood Warden. Blood Warden traps altruistic survivors for a potential snowball victory. That's at least the goal here. So stick around as I break down my choices, my gameplay, and tips to help you master Wesker and crush those survivor teams. Okay, so we're going to be testing a new Wesker build. This Wesker build could be really good, could be bad, but I'm willing to bet that it's going to be probably one of the best Wesker builds in a long time. Okay, here we are. We're on Ormond Lake Mine. Let's see how we're doing here. I spawned literally the middle of the map. Not exactly sure where the survivors would be, because I'm just really not familiar with this map too well yet. Okay, we found Fungman. Holy crap! I think she just used balanced landing or something, and she's still just running in a loop over here. She went back to this pallet. She's probably cutting right here. We're able to get a quick down. So theoretically, I'm using an add-on that really just makes all the... Well, it's not theoretical. Why am I saying theoretical?
7 minutes is all I can spare.
I'm using the Iridescent add-on that forces everyone to be infected by my Ouroboros at the beginning of the match. That is in place of a typical corrupt intervention use. Okay, so typically I would have corrupt intervention, but instead I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing this mainly so I can get as many uses out of my power as possible. The fact that this guy just faked that is actually insane. The fact that he faked that is actually just wild to me. It's good on him, though. Okay, I really expected something different here. Okay, we got him. That's 2 quick downs pretty early on, and just enough time to where I can make Dead Man Switch get activated again. So that, honestly, that is perfect timing. To me, that's perfect timing. Now all I have to do is pressure people off of generators, and it'll block that generator for quite a bit of time. There we go. We got her off of the generator just because of our tear radius, to be honest. Fortunately, it doesn't sound like it was a generator that had a ton of progress, because you can hear approximately how much progress was on the generator whenever it's been worked on for a period of time. And if the little gears and stuff, the pistons are moving slower, that indicates that less progress is on the generators, okay? So let's find a generator that has more progress. It's not this one. It's not this one for sure. More than likely, it's going to end up being this one in the corner over here. I hear somebody on this gen. We're able to get her down, infect her. I want So that's one of the crucial elements of my build, is to constantly... Dude, okay, mind games. I want to constantly be infecting people with my Ouroboros. Wow, okay, that was weird. That was weird. Okay, good for her, good for her. Not so good for her. Not so good for her. She should have played that a little bit better. Looked around a little more before just committing to one side. So that's 3 different people down and hooked once. Fungmin has been down and hooked twice. Keep in mind, Deadman Switch is activated again. They took the time to cleanse their Hex Plaything totem instead of committing to a generator. So what we could possibly do here... Yep, we pressured people off of this gen. We're going to see where they go, left or right. Right in front of me. Oh my gosh. Right in front of me. Scared me too. I think she might have smash hit or parental guidance because she's gone, man.
There's no point in
Yep.
hiding.
So with parental guidance, that's a Yoichi perk where if you stun the killer, you lose your grunts of pain, your scratch marks, and all that sort of stuff. So I figured she's running probably quick and quiet parental guidance just based on that play that she did. I didn't see any pools of blood or anything like that either. So she couldn't have gone too far if she was really trying to make a play there. Boom. Okay, we're on to little mini Dracula again. We hit him, infect him. They go for the unhook on Claudette instead of Meg Thomas, who is now about to hit her second stage. Boom, she hit second stage. On the top right of the screen, it showed entity summoned. And it's over halfway the progress bar, so it's another good indicator.
Playtime is over.
The more that it seems like you're being patient and taking your time instead of rushing to one quick decision, like walking through a doorway even, it's going to lead survivors to just have to make a 50-50 shot, and you're going to end up winning a lot more just on that alone. So let that be pretty clear there. That's what I just did at the shack. He didn't know whether to mind game me, to drop the pallet, to just leave, essentially. I just got stuck on an invisible wall. It didn't let me fall off the hill. It's kind of weird. Okay, we got Deadman Switch activated on the main generator again. They're spending time cleansing Hex Totems instead of repairing gens. Again. So, once again, it's just good for us. We saw somebody over here on the right. Oh, they're being really sneaky. They're being really sneaky. I saw them on the right. Maybe I saw a crow. Look, birds just resettled down right here. That means they were disturbed, right? They might have... They might not have walked by when I thought they did. So typically when you're playing killer, you're going to want to look for clusters of 3 gens, and those are the areas that you're really going to just want to protect to be more successful. Okay, we got this guy. Okay, I just got stuck on nothing. Game is glitchy. It's bugged by daylight, all right? He's already infected. He's already infected, so we're good, man. If you guys hear any screaming in the background, that's just my son. He's a little dinosaur playing around, having some fun. That's what kids do. All right. Once again, they're cleansing totems. One guy just died on hook. I just watched her hide in a locker again. So, my second down on Claudette. Same exact locker. She didn't really think that through. So sometimes you'll just get lucky when the survivors that you're playing against just make silly choices. Like, obviously, you just finished that generator. Where am I going to look for you, dude?
Do you actually think you can defeat me?
So that generator is going to be blocked for about another 15 seconds. If you look at my perks, the red bar that's around Deadman Switch, the further that goes down, that's how long the generator is blocked for, okay? Okay. Not gonna be quick to rush all my charges, just in case I did need to use it for distance later if Fungmin did decide to leave the tile. Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm just trying to talk to you guys and give you guys as much different perspective on my decision making so you can learn how to be a better killer in DBD. If you just take these types of thought processes, understand why I make the decisions that I make while I'm in these matches, then you're gonna end up being a lot more successful yourself. Each person is hooked equally. They're hooked equally. They're both on death hook. The difference is Meg still hasn't healed Claudette after getting the unhook on her. All I have to do, once again, we know that they did touch this generator and let go of it just because Dead Man Switch activated. This perk literally only activates when a survivor stops repairing that generator. So they started touching the generator before I hooked Fung Min for the last time, and then they let go of it after I hooked her. So the trick with that, if you're playing Survivor, is let go of the generator before the killer puts the person on the hook. As soon as you know they have Dead Man Switch, that way you don't proc it. There we go. And now we know that we have a Claudette hiding somewhere on the map. You know what? Just for the sake of irony, I think I might go to the locker that she's been found in twice. And I might go there just to see if she's hiding in there. If she's not, that's totally okay. Okay, that would have been cool. It would have been pretty funny. Now, let's just find her. If she gets away, she gets away. We already won the match, guys. When you beat more than half of your enemies, that's a win. Okay, so we're at a 3K already. She found the hatch. We're at a 3K already. She found the hatch. She escapes, but we still win, right? GG's. Another aspect of being a good killer is paying attention to what survivors are using in the pre-game lobby. Currently, we're looking at 3 survivors, waiting for the 4th one to load in and join into the match. We have a Claudette, an Ada, a Dwight now, and a Fung Min. 3 of them do not have items, so that's either they're not planning to bring an item, they're going to wait till the last like 15 seconds to add on an item, just so you're not paying attention to them, or one is bringing a med kit. So we can expect at least 100% that Fung Min is going to enter the trial with a med kit, so she's going to have something to be able to heal herself with. Same thing would go for flashlights. You're going to expect someone's probably going to try to go for a flashlight save more often than not if they're bringing a flashlight, or if they're bringing a toolbox. Expect the gens to go a little bit faster. When chasing someone with a med kit, just understand that when they get unhooked, they're likely going to self-heal, or if you don't commit to the first chase, you just wasted all that time injuring them the first time. So if you're going to chase someone with a med kit, you best commit to that chase. Otherwise, they're just going to use the med kit, and that first chase will be all for nothing, aside from wasting their time. But in theory, ideally, the other 3 survivors, while you were chasing them, were working on 3 separate generators, and you're going to end up losing that match anyways. So that's something that you should probably be paying attention to in the pregame lobby, or just like whenever you're looking at a survivor right in front of you while you're in the trial itself. What is the survivor carrying with them? What could that change for your whole match? Because it will change your whole match. If someone has a key, they may be a selfish player. They may be going to try to open the hatch at the end game, or they're looking at you through walls because there's different add-ons that you can use for keys, and they can see your aura through walls for a certain amount of time while carrying that key. Okay, not the best maps for Wesker, for a lot of killers, just because of how big it is, how many strong loops there are on this little ice cream shop in the main building itself. I am in the swamp. We can already see this is kind of like a quick lethal pursuer / corrupt intervention with just this add-on. We know 2 survivors spawned over here, and this is Claudette. She already sprayed herself. Wow, she just went ahead and wasted that. We know Dwight's right up there. I'm faking it. He ran into a corner. We got really lucky. He already sprayed himself and got him uninfected. We know Ada did too. She's over here working on the shin. I'm going to wait a couple seconds because she doesn't know we are chasing her yet. What the crap? She just ran up behind us, Chet. Okay, well, listen here. It's okay. We're totally fine. There we go. We want to reinfect everybody as many times as possible so they waste their resources spraying themselves, and eventually they'll end up having no resources. So we're able to throw her. Not far enough, unfortunately, but that's okay. She ran into the rock and we got lucky. Claudette is on this generator. We're going to just keep the pressure in front of us. Oh, she ran into a wall again. Okay, we injure her. We're going to go get the pickup, but I want to kick this generator so it starts regressing, doing as much things while I know there's pressure. Dwight was just running away from me. He's injured. Claudette is injured, and now she is no longer pressuring this generator. I'm going to be able to put Ada on the hook near the generator that has probably the most progress in the map so far. And now, Dead Man's Switch is active, so I can move across the map, hopefully to another generator that has more progress, and force them to stop working on that generator for the duration of Dead Man's Switch, which is this one. Oh, they let go of the generator before... That's unfortunate. But now it's going to be regressing. You can't kick it to make it regress. I got stuck. So that is unfortunate. But it is what it is. Now she's just going to be able to make the same loop again, should she choose. But she's doing it in the opposite direction, which is weird. She might have balanced landing, to be honest. Balance landing is a perk that lets them move longer. See, I pulled out my tentacle, my Ouroboros arm, and I had to wait to put it back down, which is really unfortunate. She goes left here. She's blocked this window. She did have balance landing, but I guess it was recharged. That's crazy that she was able to do it again back to back. Okay, I was able to hit her again. I'm gonna just get rid of this resource. Unfortunately, I've been looping her for a very long time, so if the other survivors chose to, they could have done a lot of generators. But luckily, this whole time also, that gen has been regressing, and it was a lot of progress on it. So you wait about 10 to 11 seconds. Look, that gen did get finished. Unfortunate. Is what it is, though. We see Ada again. We could choose to go for Ada, since we already know we have one hook on her. We don't know how good of a looper she is. So let's see. I had a feeling she'd be camping that pallet. Let's break it. I know as soon as Feng Ming gets unhooked, she's going to rush towards the generator that had a lot of progress. And look at them. They're just finishing gens left and right. Now, in that most of those generators' progress all happened within the short time span of me chasing Feng Min, which wasn't that short of a time span, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. I don't want them to be able to heal, but we know Feng Min did have a med kit, right? So we already know she's going to heal. We throw him. We're able to zone him if we do throw him. He wastes time to try to go into the locker. We're able to pick him up. We know Dead Man's Switch is going to be activated again whenever we hook him. That's the one benefit to Dead Man's Switch, is once it deactivates, you can go ahead and put someone on another hook and reactivate it. So what gen's likely to have progress? I'd say this one. Claudette's already sneakily walking away. I'm going to actually chase her, but I don't want to push her towards the... Oh, look at that. She was running towards the shack anyways. I hope she stuns me here. She didn't. Okay. She's going to be able to make the window here, which is really unfortunate. And this is going to end up being a really bad chase. I don't want to waste time on the shack. When there's a 3-gen on this side of the map, that guy, I could totally be keeping. This guy just sprayed himself right in front of me. It's a lot of audacity that I don't appreciate. He goes in and out of a locker. He likely has Decisive Strike, which is a perk. Oh, this hole stopped me from injuring Ada. That's beautiful. She's able to run again. Oh, I think that should have hit her, but okay. You know what? To each their own. They're finally starting to cleanse Hex Plaything totems, which is good for us. We've infected Ada again. This is good for us. It really is. Now we can keep pressure on the generators in this portion of the map. Like I was talking about in one of our recent matches, you want to pressure the gens that are in a 3 cluster, a cluster of 3. And now they've gotten rid of a lot of, I think Fungmin got rid of 2 pallets already on this building. So now they have no more pallets on this whole building. That's really good for us. It really is. If you're within 16 meters of this hook, that anti-hook camp meter will start progressing. So that's not what we want. Really isn't. Claudette's over here. She has... okay, I'm not going to waste time chasing her, to be honest. I am going to head back. I already know that she can't work on a generator for a few more seconds just because of the dead man switch. And I know Ada and Dwight probably went right back to this generator. They're going to try to really focus it. It stopped regressing. I don't know where she went. I saw some blood stains right here. Of course. Now he's just a goner, to be honest. There's not much he can do here, really, in this situation, to be honest. We've got him. They're just cleansing plaything totems. Doesn't hurt me at all. I'm not bothered by it in the slightest. We're good. Need to check the generators that we're near, man. Don't worry. We know where they are because they just cleansed certain hex totems that we had an eye on, right? So it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna kick this. We know it's regressing now. So if it's not regressing next time, well, they were here. We hit Feng Min. She's infected again. We forced these guys to cross the map to heal, more than likely. She's looping us on the part of the map that we know is not a safe space. It's just not. Dwight's already above us again. Instead of going to get healed by whoever went. Ah. I thought he would be. I honestly thought he would be here. Is what it is. Okay, let's keep an eye out. I hear Feng Min still. But she's literally right here. If we loop her in this direction, she has to take a slow vault on that window. Oh, I can't believe I didn't hit that. She could take this window vault, and that's the only place she has. Our Ouroboros bound is going to be recharged here pretty quickly. They finished a gen. We don't care about them finishing a gen because we know that they have to finish one of the 3 generators in this quadrant of the map on this main building. So we know we're safe. We saw Claudette just hiding. We saw her just hiding right here. She's going to sprint burst away just like she always does. Look, we see the scratch marks. That's okay. We go back up here. That's okay. We have 1 generator left that they have to work on. It's totally fine by me. Well, we know we have pressure on Feng Min. I'm not going to even have to camp hooks. I injured them both because they were right next to each other when I did that bound, which is super good. Super, super good for me. Now, my thing is recharging. We're going to be able to get Ada down for her last hook right here. There it is. I knew she believed that she didn't have time to make it to that window, so I knew she just wasn't going to even attempt it. So, I was patient there. They just activated Dead Man Switch on this generator, so we know someone's on this main building generator. This is super good for us. Now we just have to find Feng Min, who I'm gonna guess is in this locker. I don't know. It doesn't hurt to check a locker, right? That's one person gone. Now this whole situation is a 1v3. It's all a 1v3. I could literally stand on top of the main building and always see where everybody else is, and I'm gonna be fine. And they are not. Because I am in the power position. I know what's gonna be happening. That has 0 progress. We found Claudette again. And we see someone's scratch marks right here. If Claudette manages to take us on a really good chase, like, then we're cooked. But I don't think we are. I think we're going to be fine here. I saw Dwight. I'm keeping him off that generator. I'm keeping him injured. I'm putting him in a vulnerable position. Now, I know Claudette's injured. Feng Min had just sprayed herself over here. So now we're going to chase Feng Min. She had to take the slow vault because of the angle in which I chased her. I didn't let her approach it from a different side. Claudette's nearby. She's going to be injured. All 3 of them are injured. Okay, this guy is forced. I don't even care. I'm just going to go back to these generators. Because if I allow him to take me to that shack and waste even 30 seconds getting looped on the shack, then they win the game. By, they still don't know where that gen is, man. They still don't know. So I'm going to kick it. I've already kicked it so many times, so that's not really super ideal. They're both here. They're healing. We know they're healing. What we could do is go over here, kick this gen. Claudette already healed, so she probably self-cared. More than likely, we know she came into the trial without a medkit, so either she self-cared or got healed by one of them. I see scratch marks. Let's continue this way. I think they might have found the last gen, right? Yep, Claudette's here. She's got to be, right? Unless this thing had, like, this much progress before. I haven't heard it have any gen progress before now. Okay, here's Feng Min. It's a limited amount of time that we spent away from this generator is costing us a lot of progress on that generator. And when we hear the crows, when we approach the main building, we know, like, no one's on the main building because the way this main building works specifically on the swamp, it's not going to have crows. Okay, we found Claudette. You see somebody else. Okay, I'm not going to waste more time. He knows that he could just keep running that way just to be safe. They're up here healing. They're in the main building healing right next to me. Crap, dude. Okay. No worries, no worries. We're fine. We don't actually want to loop her in this direction, but we will. Oh, what did I just get stuck on? Dwight's working on this this generator in the main area again. Fungmin's over there too. Dwight and Fungmin are going to end up healing over there just because I just saw them both running over there at the same time. This is going to be a long and drawn out match. Where did Claudette go? She's hiding over here, man. She's hiding over here, so she might be behind that boat. She might be just right behind that boat. They are committing to this gen. They're both injured and just staying committed to this gen. I'm going to kick it. I'm going to pretend to leave this time, and then I'm going to come immediately right back. I'm going to pretend to leave, and then I'm going to immediately come right back. But I'm going to come back through the bottom so they don't have a clear vision on me. There we go. Now we got Fungmin in a vulnerable position. Now this is one of the moments where I think I should probably just commit to one of these chases already. This guy was just being sneaky. Now, as I hook him, I'm pretty sure I hooked him twice already. It's going to become a 1v2. And I'm pretty sure throughout this whole time, either... Yep, Claudette, she started working on that generator. You can tell because Deadman switch activated on it, man. She let go of it. She just had to let go of it. And then I heard her enter the main building because the crows were crowing, man. The crows were crowing. Now, Fungmin is doing the same exact thing. We're going to kick this. We probably don't have many more times that we can kick it, but we're going to kick it anyways. Okay. So we know Claudette can't work on that generator anymore. So this is the time of the match where we can just commit. We could just commit to a chase, and we have it won. Even if we lose Claudette, man, we're still gonna win the match because we're getting Fungmin. I don't want to loop her back towards the shack because she's just gonna keep doing that window over and over again. Unfortunately, it's our first bound, so we can't do the she might dead hard the way she's looking back at us. She doesn't. Okay. The good thing is Claudette was trying to walk away slowly so she could get sprint burst action because I'm using Mind Breaker, so it's going to make her exhausted whenever she's working on the generator, and it's going to make her blind whenever she's working on the generator. So she's the only one who didn't even bring an offering. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine, dude. Okay, we're gonna pretend we didn't see her, even though we did just see her. We see you, dude. Now she's gonna sprint burst just like she does. Just like she does, man. And as long as we keep her on the main building, we win, right? We win because she's not getting to a hatch, right? We hit her because we're going counterclockwise on that vault, so she has to take it the slow way. Her only play here would be to leave the main building area, but she's not doing that. She stayed going that direction. Here she is. She went this way. We cut her off. And we're able to get the down. We know she has sprint bursts. Type W in the chat for the Mori. So I would say overall this is an amazing build, and I highly recommend using it. Just with that, obviously with that situation, those people were pretty good. The Fungmin looped me pretty well on that main build. It's a strong main building, right? She wasted enough time. I'd take advantage of a 3-gen, which you could do with any killer and be pretty much successful. But good build nonetheless. We got a lot of value out of Deadman Switch. We got value out of Plaything, I'm sure. We didn't even have to use Blood Warden. This is a if we need to type of perk, okay? And then Mindbreaker, we got a lot more value, I'm sure, than we even actually saw for ourselves. So I would say GG's on that one, man.